Hello, welcome to the Africa Diaspora News Channel. I'm your host, African Tigress from Nairobi, Kenya, here to keep you up to date with everything happening across the motherland or issues of interest to the motherland. So in case you're new here, kindly consider subscribing and tap the bell for notification so that you are always notified whenever we are posting. Well, some good news coming from Gabon. I call it good news because at least an African nation is standing up for itself. Gabon has banned European Union citizens or residents from getting into the country after the European Union snapped them from the white list. As you all know, when coronavirus broke out, a number of countries closed their airspaces and prevented people from other nations getting into their countries. And during that time as well, a lot of nations evacuated their citizens from whichever countries they were in. As of now, a number of countries have started opening up their borders. So in some countries, things have started slowly getting back to normal. Some countries, however, did not go to, full lockdown like Tanzania, which is quite interesting. Anyway, so some countries, as they are opening up, they are coming up with countries or list of countries whose citizens can be allowed to get into their countries. The European Union recently came up with their list. Gabon's government has said that European tourists and business travelers will not be granted visas after the European Union excluded it from a safe list of countries which the bloc is allowing non-essential travel. The European Union reopened on Wednesday to leisure and business travel from 14 countries beyond its borders based on their success in containing the coronavirus. The list was approved by a majority of the member states on Tuesday. In response to its exclusion, Gabon's foreign ministry instructed diplomatic missions to deny tourist visas to the citizens of the EU member states when Gabon's air borders reopened on Wednesday. A letter from the ministry said the policy had been adopted in application of the principle of reciprocity. However, some visas will be granted for missions authorized by the government. There are 4 African nations that are included in the EU safe list, which include Algeria, Morocco, Rwanda, and Tunisia. Some of the countries that are eliminated or are excluded from the list include the United States, Brazil, Turkey, and Russia, which are considered that their cases is higher than the EU's average. Well, I'm so glad that Gabon is actually standing up. Do you think other African nations should actually follow suit? The fact that the number of cases in Africa are not as much as they are in the European Union. So should we also close our borders to them? I mean, we should always learn to apply this principle of reciprocity, including when we are traveling. If we are not able to get visa on arrival in their countries, shouldn't that be the same? Why is it easier that they can easily come get visa on arrival, stay? It's not like they ever check their financial records or all that. That's why sometimes you find that some of the people from these nations come and end up in the streets begging or doing some menial jobs and all that, or even taking some jobs like hawking, vending stuff on the street. Well, I think it's about time that African nations applied this principle of reciprocity in all spheres. Let me know your thoughts and opinion about this in the comment section below. Don't forget to check out my YouTube channel, African Tigress, for such and more updates from the continent. Until then, kwaheri!